The 2025 United States National Championships in track and field have finally arrived, and we're already 2 days into this amazing competition. We've seen Kenny Bednarek win the men's 100 in 9.79. We saw Melissa Jefferson Wooden throw down in the women's 100 with a time of 10.65. And also Nico Young has been crowned the 10,000 meter champion, outkicking Grant Fisher. The action has already been extremely entertaining over the past 48 hours. However, on the opposite side of the spectrum, we have quite the interesting situation from Sha'Carri Richardson and Christian Coleman, and according to multiple documents and a police report, Sha'Carri Richardson was arrested just a few days before attending this year's USATF National Championships. Now for the full report, we'll leave a Let's Run article down below. They go into great detail on this entire situation, but to dive into the details here, according to the article, Sha'Carri Richardson and Christian Coleman had arrived at the Seattle airport en route to traveling to Eugene, Oregon for the National Championships. Now they had just gotten off of their flight. They were going through screening when all of a sudden, Sha'Carri Richardson and Christian Coleman started arguing. This argument escalated into physical pushing, and this pushing went on for a few minutes. It took place right next to a lot of different people, and then, unfortunately, there was a moment when Sha'Carri reportedly threw her headphones at Coleman, striking him somewhere on his body. Now, this isn't some massive assault case here, but according to the report, Washington has very strict domestic abuse laws, and if an officer is present within 4 hours of something happening, they actually have to make an arrest, which I find kind of interesting because at what level do you actually say this is a violence case and what level do you not say it? But either way, Sha'Carri was actually charged with 4th-degree assault on Coleman. This is actually the report from the Seattle Police Department, case 2025-038179. It's already pretty bizarre that this happened in the first place, and it is ridiculous to think that Sha'Carri was booked in the Seattle Police Department just a few days before running in the 100 meters. But what I actually found even more strange and potentially sad is the fact that Christian Coleman might have just been in a terrible headspace moving into the men's 100 final, and if we go back to the results of the men's 100, we can see that he missed making the top 3 by just 0.03 seconds. A lot of people were wondering if Coleman actually would have made the team had he not gone through the situation, but Coleman was on record stating that he didn't feel like this merited a police report. It certainly didn't merit an arrest, and he claimed that he was not a victim in this situation. Now, nobody knows exactly what happened between Sha'Carri and Coleman. They had been dating for around 2 years, building up to this past weekend. However, there is no current reporting on what was going on between the two. There's also no reporting on if they are currently still together or not, but either way, this is a sad situation, and you hate to see two of the best athletes in the world having a moment like this in an airport. I'm sure that Coleman was affected by this. Maybe he would have run the exact same, and I'm also confident that Sha'Carri was pretty rattled by this. Going into this weekend, she was set to run in the 100 qualification and also the 200. However, it's recently been reported that she has officially dropped out of both events, and I think this is actually the right move. You want to be in a good headspace if you're going to get in reps like this. She is the defending 100 world champion from Budapest, Hungary, and she did get in one decent 100, running a time of 11.07 for second place in the opening heat. Unfortunately, this is the second time where I've seen Sha'Carri find problems when it comes to airports and airplanes. She was once recording herself talking to the airline stewardess, where it's difficult to say exactly what was happening, but there were heated words exchanged, and unfortunately on that day, Sha'Carri was asked to leave the airplane. So even though this was her and Coleman going through something together, I think that this really does showcase that every now and then there are just situations that are difficult to overcome for Sha'Carri, and I really do hope that she can get into her proper headspace moving into this year's World Championships, because she has some of the most insane potential of any athlete in the world in the 100. I just wanted to report on this rather strange situation featuring two of the best sprinters in the world, and yeah, that's about it. See ya.